Welcome to the third week module for EMR 501, Theory and Practice of Reading. What I wanted to do today, very simply, is to talk you through the assignment that you're going to be doing for the next 2 weeks in order to make sure I answer any questions and to prepare you for the next step so you get a sense of how this is going to fit into the rest of the work that we're going to do. All right. So what I'd like you to make clear is that now we're going to be moving into a discussion of this book called Making Literacy Real, which is by Joanne Larson and Jackie Marsh. And much like I tried to give you an overview of the Reading Lenses book, I wanted to work, because of the shortened nature of this class, because it's only the 7-week course, I wanted us to use, these were two really good resources, but I didn't want to overwhelm you and have you just be reading the whole time. You're also going to, knowing some of these different theories and practices will help you with one of the final projects that we have for the semester. So I wanted to make sure that you understood. So what's going to happen is the first thing, we're all going to read the first chapter in Making Literacy Real. And that's going to be just a simple, that's the first week. This is going to be over the next 2 modules. I'll have the assignments on, the due dates on Leo, but I am not certain right now as I'm making the video exactly what date. So look at the calendar on Leo, email if you have any questions, but basically a week, the end of module week 3, what I want you to do is a simple forum post on Leo where you're going to respond to the reading, chapter 1, and then you're going to respond to your classmates, 2 posts at least by your classmates. Then what you'll see on Leo, you'll see that I will assign you one of these chapters. So you might be reading New Literacy Studies, which is chapter 3, Critical Literacies, which is chapter 4, Literacies and Digital Technologies, which is chapter 5, Multimodal and Artifactual Literacies, which is Literacies and Digital Technologies is 4, Multimodal and Artifactual Literacies is 5, Space Plan Literacy is 6, and Reframing Sociocultural Theory is 7. I want you to know that you're all going to be given an assignment, but if you would like to switch with a classmate and it's a swap, that's fine with me. Just please let me know so that I can change around some of the things that I'll be doing on Leo with our assignments, okay? So the very first thing you're going to do is you are going to become the expert. This is trying to help us to efficiently get through a book with a lot of great material in it. And so your job will be to become the expert for your group. Okay, so I want you to read carefully, take notes, become ready to become the comprehensive and authoritative person who knows that chapter. Then what I want you to think about, and all of these directions are also, you can see the digital or the written version of these directions, but then what you're going to do is you're going to plan on digitally teaching your chapter to members of the class. So what you're going to do is you're going to be building either a screencast video, a regular video, or a web page. It doesn't matter to me what format you use. It is something that's going to need to be either streamable or linkable so that it can be efficiently shared within the classroom. So I don't want you to download a PDF and share a PDF because there could be problems, links might not work, things like that. Files get really, really large. So I want you, if you're going to do the video, I want you to, or the screencasting, put them onto YouTube so that all you have to do is the streaming link. But before anything, in case some of you have not done a screencast is probably going to be your easiest way. I'm going to be honest. I really like screencasting. That's what I use. Thought I'd show you this quick video.
Before we do anything in regard to screencasting, it's important to know exactly what screencasting is. So let's look at some definitions that should help to give us a clear understanding. If we begin by dissecting the word itself, we see that screencasting is really short for broadcasting your computer screen. And in fact, a screencast is exactly that. A video screen capture of a user's computer screen, usually accompanied with audio, and then broadcast to the world over the internet. Now, we should not confuse a screencast with a screenshot. A screenshot is a static representation of a computer screen at a specific point in time. A screencast captures the activity on a computer screen over a period of time. The audio portion of a screencast is typically narration from a presenter, like what you're hearing right now, but it can also include the sounds from the application being shown, or even audio from another application, such as would be used to provide background music, for example. A screencast can be easily distributed across a network or over the internet using a variety of different methods, such as through blogs and other web pages. Case in point, lynda.com. So, who's using screencasting and what are they using it for? We'll explore that next.
All right, so I'm just going to stop there. Okay, so what you're going to be responsible for is to screencast. Oh, yeah, how do I get this to be bigger? Sorry. See, this is the danger of screencasting. You're going to either screencast. If you are adept at making like Movie Maker or something like that, you can certainly make your own video. And if you're not comfortable with that, you can design a web page, but you will be using some digital format to teach. All right. I'm going to give you these via Leo, these as live links, but what I did was I found a resource that gives you some options for, like, here are some screencasting applications for you to consider. I use QuickTime because I use a Mac. It's so easy if you have a Mac. QuickTime is so easy. But there are some others that you could use. I know several people who have used, if I scroll down here, Screencast-O-Matic. I know several teachers have used that in their classroom. Camtasia, I know somebody who's used that. Some of these other ones are ones that I'm not as familiar with, but you could certainly look to see if one of those tools is something that you'd want, okay? And so I've done that with video editing as well as website building. Oops, sorry. So I want you to think about, when you are going to plan, I want you to think, how am I going to present this information in a way that is linkable for the members of my class, okay? So what am I going to put, whether I'm using a screencast, a video, or a web page? What am I going to do? The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to do an overview of the reading theory. Think Spark Notes. Those of us that are older like me, you might need to think of Cliff Notes, but think of condensing down to the critical ideas. And then I want you to talk about the teaching and classroom implications of your reading theory. Talk about what this theory would look like in real life. So I want you to go out and I want you to find a video lesson or a journal article. Maybe go on to Teachers Pay Teachers, readwritethink.org. Maybe you can find a video from the Teaching Channel or Edutopia. But I want you to go ahead and I want you to show us what somebody who's applying this theory in real life, what it would look like. Perhaps the title page, I want you to come up with a hashtag one-liner. How would you hashtag this theory? And then I want you to give me the references. Somewhere, somehow, I want to see the references that you used for this. And obviously, the book will be one reference for you. Okay. So when you've created this, what are you going to do? You're going to turn it in using the forum. So rather than have a normal Leo turn-in, I'm going to have you turn it in the forum because we're going to be using this. Other classmates need access to it. So if you turn in the live link using the forum, be really careful. If you put something onto YouTube, make sure that you've made the settings so that it can be viewed publicly, things like that. And you'll find that I'm going to create the forum post in a way that there'll be names for the forum because I'm going to be moving you around into smaller groups so that you are going to be viewing other people's chapters, digital teaching projects, so you can learn about the other chapters. And so look for the forum post that has your name in it. Create a post. In that post, link your digital teaching project, okay? And then what's going to happen, so this is module week 3. By the end of this week, by the end of module week 3, I want you to have read chapter 1 and have done the forum. So if you do nothing else in the next week, this is what you need to do. I'm not going to post a video or anything other than a reminder for the 4th week, because the 4th week, I'm giving you quite a bit of classroom space to be working on this, and it'll be due at the end of the 4th week, because what's then going to happen is you're going to be requested to respond to specific students. So you'll be put into groups through the forum, and you'll be asked to read and view or navigate, if it was a web page, whoever's other people's projects and respond to those. So you'll get directions of those on the forum, and that's what we're going to be doing in week 3. And so that those, I want you to know what you're creating for purposes of my class. You can certainly look at the rubric, but it also is legitimate in terms of you're creating it for purposes of everybody else to see and view, okay? All right, I have a picture here of 2 dancers because, yes, it is fine with me. If you know somebody in the class or if you just feel comfortable collaborating, you can certainly collaborate with somebody, create one project. But the only thing I would ask is if you both create that project, you both link it in your different forum groups. That's the only caveat. So if you and a classmate work together on an assignment, maybe just let me know so that I know that there's a reason why I'm getting the same project twice, and then link it onto the forum in your separate groups. Okay. All right. The other thing I wanted to warn you is I want you to be looking at, there's 2 outstanding assignments then for the rest of the semester. So I want you to go ahead and take a look at the journal analysis assignment, because that's something that this particular assignment is giving you the background knowledge so that you can use that journal analysis assignment. And then you can plan your time around that. There's the journal analysis, and then you're going to write a lesson plan that's going to be based on one of the learning theories. So those are the 2 outstanding assignments that you have. And so I want you to think about that. And I also want to warn you, whether you're doing the website or the video, it really shouldn't take somebody more than 10 minutes to view your work. So if it's a video, please stop it at 10 minutes. If it's a web page, please, whatever you're linking to or whatever it might be, please think in terms of you don't want them to have to spend more than 10 minutes on the assignment. As always, if you have any questions, you can always email me, but I think that I'm hoping this is a different way to engage us, to collaborate. I'm still working through sometimes with the online classes how to have meaningful collaboration and engagement, and how to move beyond it always just being in the forum. And so I think that this might help us to get somewhere pretty strong. Okay, thank you, and we will see you at the end of 2 weeks.